Hello guys, I'm here today in Sports Media Forum with Mr. Gerry Cox, the directors of Hayters. Hello,
Hello, welcome, and thank you for having me here.
I'm very happy with you in this interview. Can I ask you some questions?
Of course, that's what I'm here for.
Okay, you are British, is
Yes,
that
I'm
right?
English. I'm from London.
Yes. How did you feel when England lost the last two finals Euro, and how this affect your job when you're writing?
When I'm writing, it doesn't affect me because I was writing for an Irish paper on one time, so it doesn't matter whether England win or lose. They don't really mind. It's about being an objective journalist. But as a fan, I was disappointed, particularly the first time against Italy in 2021, because that was a game thought England could have won and should have won, and were ahead more than once in the game and in the penalties. Against Spain this year, it was slightly different. Spain were the better team. We all knew that. We didn't really expect England to win that game. And in the end, it didn't seem too difficult to accept it. Spain were the best team. They won all 7 games. They beat all the big sides at Euros. So it was fair enough. So there wasn't too much disappointment from that one.
England were so close at this year.
They were close, but they didn't play particularly well. So they didn't deserve to win.
Yes. You are a Tottenham fan, yeah, is that right?
Yes. I grew up near Tottenham, and that was always my father's team and my team.
Well, how do you feel when Tottenham didn't win any trophies? I think 16 years.
I'm not too concerned. I grew up watching Tottenham win loads and loads of trophies. When I was watching Tottenham as a young man, as a boy, and as a teenager, and as a young journalist, Tottenham won far more trophies than Chelsea or Manchester City or Arsenal. They were a much bigger club then. It was only Manchester United and Liverpool could rival Tottenham when I was watching them as a young man. Now it's changed, but these things go in cycles. Tottenham will be back winning trophies soon. I'm really pleased with Ange Postecoglou. I think he's a really good manager, and they've got a good young squad. And I think, like Arsenal over the last 3 or 4 years, they've got better and better with a good young manager, a good young squad. And I think Spurs are getting there now for the first time in a long time. They got very close with Pochettino. It was a really exciting era. Enjoyed that. And it doesn't matter that they haven't won a trophy for a long time. I think they're going in the right direction, and the football's good to watch, which is really important.
You know, there's two players from Egypt playing for Tottenham. Mido is here the day before, yesterday, and Hussam Ghali.
Yes, I
You
remember
know
them.
him?
I remember them both. And I saw Mido yesterday, and it was great to see him again. I remember him making his debut. He scored a terrific goal against Middlesbrough. So he was an interesting player. The fans loved him at Tottenham. Hossam Ghali was lower key, but I know the manager, Martin Yol, loved him. He was very reliable. I do remember, I think he had his teeth knocked out in one game. It was a really painful blow. Someone kicked him and his teeth came out. But he was a solid player. Obviously, Mido scored goals, so he was popular in his time at Tottenham.
Um, how far Arsenal will go? They will win the Premier League.
I think there's a chance they can win it this year, but possibly only if Manchester City are deducted points, because there are 115 charges against City, and the Premier League expect that to be concluded before the end of the season, and the Premier League believe they will win this case and City will be deducted points. I think City should get the most points, as they have in the last 4 years. But if so, Arsenal will be second and may yet win the league. I think Liverpool will be there as well. I think Liverpool
Liverpool will be surprise us.
will who?
Will be surprise us in this.
Well, I think Arsenal can win the league, and I think Liverpool can win the league, and Manchester City should win the league. But I say maybe they will have points deducted, and one of the other two will win it.
My favorite player in Man City is Grealish. You think Grealish is a big player?
To be true, I don't think he's the most important player at Manchester City, and that's why he doesn't play every week.
I think De Bruyne.
De Bruyne is my favourite player there. I think, and Haaland is the most important player because he scores the goals. But Kevin De Bruyne is my favourite. I like Jack Grealish, but I don't think he is essential. As you saw last season, he didn't play every game. He was left out of England's squad last time, although he's back now. So he's a good player, he's an exciting player, but he's not the manager's first choice every time.
Yes. Who's your favorite player in Premier League history?
Wow, that's one of the toughest questions.
Yeah.
I'd say the best player, well, of the best players, I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo played for a few years, not the best years of his career, but he was fantastic. Thierry Henry, Didier Drogba, Alan Shearer scored more goals than anyone else. You can't disappoint. Top scorer Harry Kane has scored over 200 goals. He's one of my favourite players. But I would have to say the most exciting player for a short period, for me, was Gareth Bale. I absolutely loved watching. And Gareth Bale played in a Tottenham team that wasn't that good, but he went from being a young man to a world superstar in 2 or 3 years.
I think Gareth Bale is a legend.
Oh, absolutely. And then he went to Real Madrid and he won everything in sight.
Yeah.
So the goals he scored were world class. So I always loved watching.
He's very underrated in the right wing.
In a way, he's underrated. Tottenham fans always remember him. But he went to Real Madrid when Cristiano was there, and no one could top Cristiano. So it was difficult for him.
Who's the most underrated player in last 10 years in Premier League?
In the last 10 years, that's a difficult question. I think defenders don't get the credit they deserve. So we at the Football Writers Association, we always vote for the Footballer of the Year. They're usually strikers, they're usually forwards, but sometimes we get defenders. Ruben Diaz won it for Manchester City. I think William Saliba should be winning trophies, personal awards, because he's a great defender. But for me, the one player who has never won the Footballer of the Year award, who should, is Kevin De Bruyne. And I vote for him most years, and he never wins. But I think he's accepted as a great player, but he hasn't won any personal awards. And I think hopefully one year he will.
I think this is underrated player like De Bruyne. He left Manchester City all of these years. He's the number one in Manchester City, I think.
Yes, he's the best player there, and I think now the best midfielder in the Premier League. So I mean he's a fantastic player.
What's your hobbies outside of the football?
Outside of well, I love my family. I like taking my dog for a walk. I like other sports. I really enjoy cricket, tennis, golf. I don't play as much other sports now as I used to when I was younger, but I really enjoy watching cricket. That's a big passion of mine, and spending time with my family.
This is a great opportunity to be with you. How do you think? Do you enjoy with this interview with me?
Yes, I mean I'm always keen to meet new people. At Hayters we've always taken young people, given them an opportunity. So I always like to see what young journalists are doing around the world, and it's always nice to meet new people. And I love traveling, and it's nice to be in Egypt.
It's a pleasure to do interview with you. And what do you think about my English? It's very good or fluent?
It's good. It's good enough. Certainly, you're making yourself understood, and it doesn't matter if you stumble over a word or two. I've spoken English all my life, and I still stumble over words or two. So don't worry about the occasional getting the occasional word wrong.
Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you, haters. Okay.
Thank you. And what I would say is to all your followers, all your fans, go and watch Hayters. Subscribe to Hayters TV. We're always covering Premier League football, and we want more and more audience from around the world.
Okay, go and follow Hayters. Okay, Hayters TV. This is an amazing channel or amazing page on Instagram, and I'm so happy today with you in a sports media forum in Cairo 2024. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.